All right, welcome back. In the last video, we spent some time getting the new columns on the table and setting up pagination. For this video, we're going to dive into filters so we can filter our data to see what we want to see. So to start, I actually I'm not sure what sort of filtering we want to add. I'm going to go to Dribble and just look up table filtering and maybe get some inspiration. I know they're generally not the most practical ideas, but we can get some inspiration. First I have to sign in. Okay. Okay, table filters. Also check out Micah's content there. Super dope. All right. So let's look at some of these examples. You can see here they've got like a bar with text search, a few drop downs. Oh, they can hide and show columns. That's kind of cool, I suppose. Although not that practical. I think a page with the columns should generally only has a couple of purposes, and you can generally fit all the columns in there, but might be a hot take. I've got some drop downs here. Oh, that's to group them, to sort them. We're going to add some sorting as well, and then filter as well. So they have grouping, sorting, and filtering as 3 buttons beside each other. Seems really intense. This is what I was kind of imagining. You just have like a bar above with maybe a text search and a few drop downs. It's generally enough. There's not like a lot of ways you filter data most of the time for most business applications I've found. This kind of looks like our app actually. Let's just do that then, and let's quickly see if the docs have any table filtering examples. I don't think they do. Row selection. Okay, these are the props. Fixed header, dynamic settings, drag sorting. Wow, really? That's kind of cool. Might use that at some point. Um, Expandable size selection. Oh, filter and sorter. Whoa, that's kind of cool. What? I bet you that only filters local data, so we'd need to make a request instead of filtering local data, which might not be too bad, actually. Like this could be useful for things like where we know what's going to be the drop down. So like there's 3 categories and the districts, but you wouldn't know like names. So that's kind of a weird example. What is filter in tree actually? Whoa, it's kind of intense. What was it? Filter and sorter. Okay, that's what we looked at. Filter search. Okay. Wait, maybe? Oh, it highlights them. Okay. So I don't love this because you do need to know the options that you can search for, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken. Filters. Oh yeah, so these are the filters, text value, value, value. Yeah, so you need to know the values you're searching for, which can be cool for drop downs, but we're not always gonna know the values we're searching for. So yeah, so let's just write our own, like any developer would. Um, to start, let's close everything. If we just like grab an input from our form, let's grab an input and a drop down. So I'm going to use high school categories and names so we can do like a text search. And in our library, because we're probably going to use this a lot, let's create a table filter bar. So import React. Oops. Oops. Yeah, let's just get like an example component. Yeah, something like this. Wait, how long have we had a home there? We can probably, oh no, we need that. Never mind. Yeah, just copy that for now. It's gonna be our table filter bar. It's not gonna use the basic page wrapper. It's just gonna be a div. And we're gonna export that. And if we go back to our form and we just grab a couple of inputs as examples, we'll probably have a form wrapper as well. This could actually just be a form, which would be kind of cool. We're going to need, oh, this will be interesting. Finish failed. Come on. Okay, we're gonna import a bunch of stuff. So they've got like form input. We pretty much need like all of that. Let's just grab all of it. But actually, we might need every single piece. So let's grab every single piece. Okay, not using all of it yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab the districts, or sorry, the constants from the store, but we may want to do that a little bit with a little bit of a smarter way and a better way. Okay, we can remove the types. This is going to be making API request. It will have a button, and it'll probably have some state as well. We can remove the required rules because these fields aren't going to be required when you're filtering. And okay, let's just remove these for now because we're clearly not using them. And let's go look at some form examples because I wonder if we can get like a horizontal form that sort of looks like a filter bar, and then we can just iterate on that exactly like that. Yeah, let's just do that. And we'll want to remove labels as well. Is the label a required attribute? I wonder if it is. I think if we just remove label. Oops. Okay, let's start with that. So we've got like a little component here. Grab our table filter bar. And we're going to make this component like way more reusable across other things, but for now we're just trying to get it working. So import our table filter bar from our library. And let's just put that above the table like that and see what happens. There we are. So you can see we can type in these fields that are above the table, they're horizontal. It looks like crap, but they do exist. Okay. So a few things right away. We probably want like a wrapper around our form. One thing I've liked doing in the past is if you import styled from styled components and you just create a wrapper div, you can use these like local wrappers. You only want to name it wrapper if it's used locally because wrapper is just not a descriptive name. But now you can use wrapper instead of div, and we can do a few things like so we can maybe add some padding, let's say like that, and we can add a border radius 4 pixels, and we can add a border, maybe like F5, F5, F5? No. F8, F8, 8? No, no, no. Let's try F1? That seems good. And then background color, you might just do white. This isn't dark enough. I'm trying to think. That should be better. So now we just have like a wrapper around our components, which kind of makes it look a little bit better. We're gonna have to get the styling of that consistent with the styling of our table because you can see like the borders is a different color, but we'll get to that eventually. Kind of want to increase the border radius, add some more padding, and maybe add a margin bottom by default on all table filters. 1 second, my music is so loud. There we go. Okay, looking a little bit better. Let's fix that spacing. I wonder if we can just set the spacing on the form. What does label call and wrapper call? If we go to the docs. Label layout, okay. I think that's the spacing. So if we do like 2, and there is no label, so we can do that, drop that, add a placeholder on this. Placeholder doesn't exist? What? That's, what? Am I losing my mind? Okay, what is enter your username in here? Placeholder. Oh, did I put it on like form item or something? There we go. All right, so that looks awful. I don't know what I've done. Does the span of this have to be like 24? Is this like the width of the? Oh, I wonder if there's a way to say like, just take up all the space. I wonder if I remove it actually. I don't want to define the wrapper column. I just want you to make them nice sizes. Oh, okay. So that isn't great because it's gonna be jumping all over the place, but we're getting there. Um, let's just read the documentation for these form items and see if we can maybe find an example or something. Okay, let's see whether or not the column is displayed. Field form, initial values, label align, label wrap. Scroll to first failed field when submit. That's kind of cool. Can I just like set the width? Okay. Go back here. I'm just gonna leave the span at like 30. I wonder if we can see that 30 value somewhere. Oh, width. Oh, is that the height? That's got to be the height. No, it's not. These have been 32 for a while. And how does it use it? We go back to it. Span and offset. And the same for wrapper column. Is the column width? What? Ooh, it should have listened to me on this because I don't know what's going on. Yeah, here we go. Give me like percentage values or something. Oh, can I set a flex? So weird. What is this then? This is the row. Oh, okay. This might be easier to do if the actual form, like item row, like these form items. What are those props? Can I see those props? Form, form dot item. Here we go. What was this? I don't know. Okay, that has a label call and a wrapper call. Okay, so we can actually move this, right? And we can say this should be a certain width, maybe? Just kind of like not reading the documentation that well and sending it. Okay, that didn't work at all. Okay, I think I might call it here and just spend some time reading the docs because it doesn't really make sense for me to read the docs and just sit here. Um, but we'll get that filter bar working. We'll get it configured so you can just like say use a filter bar and pass in these fields of these types with these options so you can use it for any table. And then we'll be chilling and we'll move on to the next thing. So thanks for tuning in and I'll catch y'all next time.